Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Tenyola Shoboale. We begin in Sudan, where people in Khartoum have been protesting against fuel and bread shortages. Anger about this same issue back in December 2018 sparked mass anti-government protests that led to the downfall of President Omar al-Bashir. Fuel shortages have led motorists in the capital skipping work as they spend hours queuing for petrol. A rationing system was introduced by the government to try to manage acute economic pressures, but this has taken a toll on the citizens.
Coming up on top of bread shortages, the fuel crisis in Sudan has piled more pressure on a government struggling to deliver improvement after the overthrow of former President Omar al-Bashir in April last year.
I've been here on the petrol queue since 9 a.m. and I'm not even close to the gas station. And now it's 4:30 p.m. and there's a possibility I'll be here until 5 or 5:30. So, from 9 a.m. to 5 or 5:30 p.m. to fill up, and there's a possibility they will tell me they've run out.
The government is working under a 3-year power-sharing deal with the military and civilians and is battling with the legacy of decades of economic sanctions and mismanagement that hampered infrastructure development and investment. It also inherited a generous subsidy system under which petrol costs just 6.17 Sudanese pounds per litre and diesel 4.14 pounds per litre. Officials have talked about moving towards cash transfers, but still have to negotiate a plan for subsidy reform and overcome technical challenges to administer the payments. They say the current problem is caused by a broken refinery pipeline that they are working to fix, though it is unclear how long this will take. Imports and distribution of fuel have been restricted by foreign currency shortages and a lack of road transport and port capacity. The shortage has given rise to a black market, and officials announced on Monday that fuel will be rationed at 4 gallons per vehicle for 2 days.
We have decided that distribution of petrol to privately owned vehicles will be at a value of 120 Sudanese pounds each time. We have also decided to divide the days in which cars fill up their tanks to specific days for owners of license plates with odd numbers and specific days for owners of cars with even numbers.
Though there have been occasional fuel shortages before and after last year's uprising, some motorists say the current one is the worst yet. Taxis are hard to find and drivers have sharply raised their prices to compensate for the time they spend queuing for fuel. At the Khartoum petrol station, the queue snaked for at least a kilometer onto a side road, passing a bakery where a small crowd was queuing for bread. Another queue for diesel cut through some residential blocks, whilst closer to the pumps, motorbikes and motorized rickshaws fanned out in separate lines. Some drivers pushed cars that had run out of fuel.